Weather is brought to you by Audio Nova, your hearing experts.
So it is chilly. We've determined that. The question is, are we getting any blizzards anytime soon?
No blizzards anytime soon. No, no, no. We have a while, I think, at least before we tap into that part of the winter season. You need all the right ingredients for a storm of that magnitude to form. And yet, we have so much cold air that it's showing up on satellite. Let me show you what I'm talking about. With a northwesterly breeze coming over a warmer ocean, this is the Gulf Stream, a couple hundred miles out to shore, and that's allowing for the a little bit of a lift happening in the atmosphere, that convection that occurs when the cold air meets the warmer ocean waters and forms those clouds lifting higher in the sky, and yet you get this little outline of the coastline about 75 to 100 miles offshore. So that's what's happening now, and you'll see it up and down the East Coast throughout the satellite maps today, just due to that very cold air that's in place. And with temperatures that begin this morning in the 30s, only climbing to the low 40s, yeah, it'll feel chilly all this afternoon. That's the wind right now, blowing from the north and west, at times gusting up to 24 miles per hour, making for a mean wind chill, even 14 mile per hour winds in Tom's River. Feeling chilly, well below our average of 49 degrees. And there's that outline I talked about before, showing up in the clouds throughout today. So with our forecast pointing to clear and cold weather over the next several days, there's no threat of blizzard, no threat of snow for most of the state, but there could be a little bit of a rain-snow mix at the coast by Friday, and that is a result of a system that tries to work its way offshore and just inches its way closer to the coastline by the time we get to Friday afternoon. Here's the futurecast by Friday morning. Notice the clouds move in and then a little bit of rain-snow mix early in the afternoon Friday, but it's brief because the air is so dry. A lot of that moisture doesn't make it really much beyond north of 195 or even west of the turnpike, and the rest of the system zips out to sea later Friday night. So it's not too much of a concern, even on the futurecast, because all of these cold shots of air, with the density of that cold air just pushing that system out to sea one shot after the next. You can see it here running on by the storm center too far out to sea to make too much of an impact, and then we get another round of reinforcing cold air for the upcoming weekend. So yes, very cold weather on the way, with our high on Friday only reaching 31, the morning low down in the teens. The actual air temperature will be in the single digits in the northwestern counties by Friday morning, and then it stays very cold into early next week. Monday and Tuesday also have those temperatures that are holding just around the freezing mark. There's our snow and rain for Friday. Again, this is for the shore points, keeping it chilly going ahead into Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday keeping temperatures rather cold, with highs only in the upper 30s, Ken. So it'll be hard to just make it above the freezing mark most days in the next week or so.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. The next week or so, I'll be watching. Yeah, we one of those alerts on the Associated Press the other day said the polar vortex is coming down for the
Sure.
first 2 weeks of
hmm
December. So yes,
Here we
so
are.
do you, there it is, the polar vortex. To me, it's like when I think of polar vortex, I think single digits. We're not looking at that in the next few days, right?
Well, if you're in Sussex County or northern Morris County, yeah, early in the morning, single digits, absolutely the case. But by the afternoon, manage to make it up into the teens. So cold, yes, but you have to find your location in New Jersey to get those single digits.
Well, Pam, our director, is woohooing left and right when I say single digit. Pam, is there anything that's too cold? What's too cold for you, Pam? Is there such a thing? -10. She said, so -10 is her threshold. When it gets to -10, then even she'll
Oh
complain it's
boy.
too cold. Ay, but like 35 is hot for her. So it is what it
Right.
is. Wait till she goes through the changes. I'm just saying. Oh, I don't want to be anywhere near the house. Talk about hot flashes. I'm sorry. I better. She's saying maybe she'll be opposite. All right, Mike, we'll check in a little bit. I appreciate you, sir.